E-hailing drivers have called on government intervention as they say that their lives are in danger following an increase in the attacks, where they are saying they are attributing this to intimidation by mostly minibus taxi operators. Well, I'm actually joined now by NTA Theo Malele to respond to some of these assertions. Thank you so much for your time, Ntate Malele. Can you just tell us what is your reaction to these e-hailing operators saying that their lives are in danger and incidents of intimidation are actually on the rise in Joburg and Pretoria?
Well, thanks. Good morning, and thanks for the opportunity. I think there has been talks about, suspicions that the people that were intimidating or harassing these people were taxi operators. But now we've always been wanting to know as to who exactly are these people. So I have taken, some time out to go and to verify at different taxi ranks. I mean, and basically malls. So what I've discovered there is that there are scouters who are always on the lookout for people who are seen to be carrying, quite heavily on their hands. And these guys approach them and inquire as to whether they are in need of transport. And unbeknown to this, people and ladies mostly, they would all obviously say, yes, we are in search for transport, and they'll be directed to a vehicle. And what I have realized was that the said vehicles were not from meter taxis, neither were they from the e-hailing sector. So clearly these were pirating vehicles. And you must also understand that this thing of private vehicles eating into the public transport system has been prevalent. I mean, you look at the e-hailing itself. It has been running in the country for the past 13 years. And e-hailing has never been, it's only now that it's actually been enacted into law. So it has been an illegal operation taking place in the country for 13 years that has generated millions and millions of rands, and the very generation of those revenue benefited people overseas. And those people overseas have not even paid a penny to the taxman, and yet they've been generating the money here. And at the very same time, these pirates have never been spotted by law enforcement agencies, and none of their vehicles were impounded. And the same applies to the e-hailing that has been traversing throughout the country and eating into people's territories. So there has just been a lot of wrong things that are happening. So clearly somebody is at slumber here, and government must wake up and do what they are expected, or what is expected of them, to ensure that our livelihoods are being protected and the lives of South Africans are actually protected as well. As the National Taxi Alliance, we do not condone any form of violence whatsoever. If people are masquerading as taxi operators and doing all these wrong things, then the law must take its course. Clearly, I mean, we've been talking about these things many a times, and I've never had follow-ups being made by law enforcement authorities. But we have taken stride and pride in doing a thorough investigations on these frivolous allegations. I'm calling them frivolous because I have verified, to see whether it was indeed taxi operators that were, at fault. But I haven't seen any. Have you seen any? Yes.
Oh, let me just follow up there. Do you believe that maybe this could be an issue of a lack of a policy to sort of govern the coexistence of different stakeholders within the transport industry?
Well, it could be that, and it could be that, and the unemployment rate in the country. I mean, you see these guys doing this because clearly they've got no other economic activity to partake in.